Mind philosophy discusses the insights from some of the greatest thinkers over time. It will also demonstrate how their wisdom can be applied against the complexities and challenges we face in modern society. It's how philosophy can be used as a vehicle to produce a better version of who we are and how we interact within ourselves and each other. We consider our ability to think, to act logically, obey, or even to rebel against the norms of society as a given element of our being. Yet the majority of us will never tender a thought towards a liberty that we all share, and that is the freedom of a thought in itself. We rarely ponder as to how a thought comes about. It is seen a matter for philosophers, contrived through our genetics, a labour of our personality. You can, though, imagine a time where the mere fabric of existence was given to the lapse of the gods, where to think for oneself and to question the everyday concepts of our reality was a revelation. Such a revelation was the grandfather of philosophy, Socrates. Courtesy of author Alain De Botton, he explains how Socrates showed us the path to not just question the world around us, but how the centricity of life can revolve from our thoughts alone. The word philosophy in Greek is broken down into two words, philo, which means love, and sophia, or Sophie, is wisdom. It was philosophy that gave Socrates an unwavering conviction to seek the truth and question each of the everyday concepts that we take for granted. In a society that relied heavily on emotional sentiment, where courage was worshipped on the battlefield, defending honour often involved homicide. For Socrates, it was to find the truth through a rational as opposed to an hysterical style of thinking when met with disapproval, to simply ask us to define and re-question the many values and concepts that we were taught. His method of thinking, commonly known as the Socratic Method, would firstly ask us to find ways to disprove our beliefs in order for us to then adjust them so they then become trustworthy. For instance, it could be believed that for those who are wealthy will always be happy. By using the Socratic Method, wealth can provide an array of choices that can contribute to our happiness. Yet, we can equally disprove that it is possible for one to be poor as well as to be happy. For Socrates, living without logic is alike to the activity of pottery, ensuring the proper procedure is in order for the pot to be made correctly so it becomes useful. Hence the saying, when we put forward an argument that we cannot agree with, just like a broken clay pot or a bucket, it does not hold water. It's simply a matter for us to nuance our thoughts, which allows us to make better decisions through a broader array of thinking. Yet, this new wave of thought was not held universally at Athens. A city that was tired from war did not share the appetite for such a logical method of thinking. It was taken as a means of corrupting its youth. Socrates was then sentenced to death by a feeble majority vote that perhaps was reminiscent of a reality TV show, more concerned with playing on people's emotions through a popularity contest. It would be naive to discount the worth of personal appeal, something that Socrates lacked. Yet, it is duly evident of how little we have learnt since the times of ancient Greece. The Socratic method allows us to build a robust argument even through opposition. It forms the basis of our legal system and how we turn to experts for their logic when solving a problem. It allows us to stand up for our beliefs and not crumble to an authority that disagrees with us. Philosophy is not just something that is expressed through ancient fables or by academics. Philosophy is for everybody. Whether it be how we share a viewpoint on how to live a fruitful life, the stories we tell, the songs we hear, it is all based on our own philosophy of life. Life is not just about thinking as something we do without noticing, but thinking as part of something that is more profound. That with time and reflection, we can enhance our own happiness and build our own clay pot that can hold its own water for one, that can then quench the hunger and thirst for the many. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button and subscribe to the Mind Philosophy channel. Feel free to leave your comments so we can generate some conversation. A new video is uploaded each Wednesday, so I'll see you again on our next journey.